This segment is brought to you by Trap Chevrolet. We're always on your side. All right, welcome back to Bayou Town. Appreciate all of you joining us. I'm Martin False, along with Captain Brennan Mathern. You'll see him pop up shortly. There he is, right there. Of course, he is with the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office. Captain, always good to see you. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Martin. How are you?
Thank you. I appreciate it, even with your Florida Gator colors, but I know you're not a Florida Gator fan. All right, so let's talk about that incident involving a gunshot wound. Maybe we could start with that.
Yeah, we're asking for the public's help on this investigation that we were called to on Friday night, September 19th. Our deputies responded to Ochsner St. Anne Hospital, where we got a report that someone had been struck in the leg by a gunshot. So we began investigating that incident. We learned that it occurred around the 200 block of William Street in the Raceland area, which you can kind of see here on the map. There was a male in his late 20s that was injured in this shooting. It was a non-life-threatening injury to his left ankle. He was shot. He heard multiple shots ring out, and he was shot one time in the ankle. And then he was obviously unable to walk at that point. A passerby picked him up and brought him to the hospital, where he was treated for that wound, eventually airlifted and treated for that wound. But we're now investigating that shooting incident. So as normal, anyone that has any information that may be relevant to investigators, maybe anything you saw that night, anybody in the neighborhood that maybe it was unusual, didn't belong there, whatever it may have been, we ask that you contact us through Crime Stoppers by your region, or contact Crime Stoppers rather, to submit a tip anonymously. You can do so by calling 1-800-743-7433. You can do so online at crimestoppersbor.org, or the most popular way is to use our Bayou Tips mobile app on your smartphone and submit the tip anonymously. And as usual, Martin, any tip that leads to a felony arrest can be rewarded up to $1,000 for a reward.
All right, let's move on to, y'all had a narcotics operation in Lockport. Just for transparency, there is a similar name to one of my nephews on that arrest. Not related, it's a different person, just to protect that, but I'll give you the floor and let you talk about that operation.
Appreciate it, Martin. So 46-year-old Mitchell False was the target of the operation and his reported involvement with illegal narcotics. And during the investigation, our agents secured an arrest warrant for him, as well as for the charge of operation of a dwelling for narcotics use. They also obtained a search warrant for his residence on Marr Drive in Lockport. And then on September 17th, agents conducted a search at the residence, and during that search, they discovered meth, some pills, drug paraphernalia, stolen property, and 4 firearms. There was also 4 other individuals at the residence that were also all charged, depending on who we were able to attribute those items to. So Mitchell False, as we mentioned, was the target of the investigation. He was charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of stolen property, in addition to operating the residence for narcotics use. He is in jail, and bail was set at $121,000. We also arrested 4 others, as I mentioned. 26-year-old Storm Ford of Cutoff was arrested for possession with intent to distribute meth, illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of drugs, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, possession of drug paraphernalia, and obstruction of justice. Kia Thompson, a 30-year-old from Lockport, was charged with possession with intent to distribute meth, possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, and possession of firearm in the presence of a controlled dangerous substance, obstruction of justice, and possession of drug paraphernalia. We also arrested 46-year-old Clyde Poindexter of Lockport for obstruction of justice, possession of drug paraphernalia, and 2 counts of contempt of court warrants that he had. And finally, we arrested 37-year-old Emily Rodriguez of Lockport for obstruction of justice and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, again, Martin, this just shows that anytime our narcotics agents start an investigation into one individual specifically and usually tied to a specific residence, it ends up trickling down into several arrests as we had in this particular instance.
All right. We also have some road closure information and National Night Out. We want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. We have road closures in the Valentine area this week. As you can see on the screen, that stretch on Highway 308 in Valentine will be closed all this week from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or it will be down to one lane, rather, in that area with deputies directing traffic. So we encourage folks to just take LA1. If you live on the 308 side or must travel on the 308 side, just be aware and expect delays. You will be able to get through, but expect delays. And that's Energy and their subcontractors are installing new utility poles in that area that will hopefully mean that we have better infrastructure for the next storm that inevitably will come. So again, all progress on that route, but expect delays. And Martin, with regard to Night Out Against Crime, of course, it's going to be coming up in October 7th, as you see here. That is a list of the current Night Out Against Crime block parties that we have planned throughout Lafourche Parish. You can also get a copy of this list on our Facebook page, and we'll eventually put out an official list. This is our temporary list right now of the active parties that we're planning. But we're expecting additional calls. We may end up adding a party or two to that list. If you don't see your party on that list, which again is on our Facebook page, or if you haven't contacted us this year and you plan on having a party, be sure to get in touch with Deputy Melissa Simmons and let her know that you're contacting, that you wish to host a party. So again, all that information on our social media pages, on our website, so that you can let us know that you're wanting to host a party. And we plan to have another successful Night Out Against Crime this year, Martin.
All right, Captain. Good seeing you again. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. This segment was brought to you by Trapp Chevrolet. We're always on your side.